It's an honor to be with you all. And make sure, my assistant Brenda and her husband Craig came to. Embrace them and make them feel like part of this family. I love this Spectronics team because you feel like family. I feel like I'm home. You know what I mean? I don't feel like that everywhere, for sure. Okay, so I'm just going to jump in here and put on my presentation. Do a bit of that for you. So there it is. Let's see if it works. There it is. Cool. So I'm going to tell my story. I travel all over the world, and I talk to a lot of kids in poverty and at risk, and I teach them that their biggest weakness is their biggest strength waiting to be told well. That's your legacy, right? So social media is the unfair advantage today, right? So stop peeing in your own pool and do something great with all of this. If you get it fast and first, you win. So help your kids do that. By the way, that's what you're doing because you're here, right? Our kids are exploring new frontier, and largely they're playing on digital playgrounds with no one on recess duty. That's got to be us. And as your advocates for these kids, you've got to live out loud. I'm sorry, but you can't be secret geniuses anymore. You've got to blog, you've got to talk, you've got to advocate. We need to lead this. Lawmakers are summing us up, and they're getting it wrong. We know, raise your hand if you know of amazing stories of transformation that have happened where you work. Keep your hand up if I can find them easily online. Secret geniuses. And if you're not brave for you, be brave for the kids. They need us, okay? Get goosebumps and get after it, all right? I work with some of the toughest kids in the world, and I love these kids. They bite. You know, the ones who bite? You try to love them, they snarl. They just nip, you know, and it's hard to love them. It's hard to love them. But I can't help it. I can't lay off them because I can do the most with that kid that has a disability, that kid that struggles. I can give them the unfair advantage of apps. See, to me, apps are a new kind of limb, a digital limb. Raise your hand if it's true for you. If you lost your phone or your iPad or your laptop, you would utterly lose important information. Raise your hand if it made you nervous to think about it. So what have you done? What have you done? You have outsourced the warehousing of data to a peripheral device. You have created for yourself digital limbs. What if I amputate them? Ever lose your phone for a day? You know that feeling? You know? It's like I snipped it right off and you have ghost pain where you're thinking about all the stuff you've lost. I know schools all over the world that are doing bring your own device, which is so brave. It's messy. It's messy. So is childbirth. There's amniotic fluid and stuff everywhere. Any natural process is going to be a mess, and if we clean it up, we've ruined it. Right? Teaching is not an antiseptic process. I'm sorry it's messy. Embrace that. That's what I love about this theme. Embrace it. Why not? You ever meet a teacher who got excited again and had a renaissance in the middle of a career? Anyone? It's possible to flip people. I know it is. Right? And you're those people who are going to go back and share this feeling with them. I believe a teacher a year from retirement can be flipped. I've seen it. I had a lady walk up to me at the end of one of my sessions, and she's crying. Her mascara's running. She said, I'm 2 years from retirement. I was going to ignore all of this, and now I know I must do it. She hugs me. She's new again. Shouldn't we want that for teachers too? Shouldn't we? We do the most important thing. We shape the lives of children. Be brave for that. You know, whenever you're having a dark time, make your own light, right? Talk about the kids. Show the kids, right? Antiques Roadshow, who's seen that? The very end, the camera walk-bys, right? Hey, we came all the way down Shreveport. I brought my spit-tune. It ain't worth nothing, but we had a great time. Thank you, Antiques Roadshow. Woohoo! I'm watching this and going, brilliant. They use that man's enthusiasm to sell their program. Brilliant. Too bad all these devices don't have cameras. Oh, they do. So where are the student film crews catching you at your finest? I know you're busy. When you're up to your butt in alligators, there's no time to drain the swamp. I understand. But the kids can tell the story, right? How many of you have ever done a great lesson, got all the way done, and realized you didn't have a single picture of any of it? Don't do that anymore. Don't do that anymore. Because those stories make things possible. We need stories. We need your stories. I'm hoping at this conference, you hold up a camera, talk to it. It's not a phone. It's every kid who will ever watch that video. Think of it that way.